Welcome. So, one second. It is Talladega week in the ARC series. Well, in ARC for NASCAR. Now, there's a lot of stuff to catch you up on. I'm going to try to do as best as possible on why the stream has started so late, on why we're in Gen 6 cars instead of 7. Oh, jeez. And more. Where the choose cone is and all that stuff, that'll be a little bit more easier to say. But yeah, we are good. Tack sent me his stream a while ago, but yeah. Now the reason the stream started late, I was at my sister's graduation, so I was obviously not home by the time that I started. I just said in Discord, send me an invite, so when I get home, I can, well, join, start the stream, and all that stuff. Now, the Gen 6 thing. Why are we in Gen 6s instead of Gen 7s? Well, I would say it's pretty simple, and that's because it is. It's, you know how at, what was it? Darlington was last race. Darlington, yes. It was Darlington. But yeah, at Darlington, it was Heinz could not, well, not Heinz, sorry, Svexy could not play, could not race because he didn't have the game, because the game, was for for people that got on the PS Plus, they got it from PS Plus. It got taken off the store, so with that, you can't play the game anymore if you got it on PS Plus. Svexy was one of the guys who did. He was able to get the game, he got a copy of the game. The only issue now is he doesn't have the next gen cars, and there's many other people that had the same issue, but Svexy is the main one that I know of and I've heard the story from. So, yeah. So, ARC has decided, at least for this race, to run Gen 6s, most likely the rest of the season. I haven't seen an announcement on that yet. I'm pretty sure they are going to do the rest of the season, though, on Gen 6s. So that is kind of what is happening, and kind of everything you need to know. Now, let's get into some racing. They are heading on to lap 15, as choose cone is at the line, it looks like. You obviously pick the apron. If you want to be on the bottom, you stay on the track. If you want to be on the top, looks like Gary, a new addition to the 11 car, is going to be on the top side. I'm pretty sure the person that was in that 11 car before was Mufasa. He obviously, not obviously, he pretty much retired, I'm pretty sure, from Heat 5 racing. So, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's at least what happened with him. I haven't talked to him in at least a week, so I don't know the full story of it, but I'm pretty sure he retired, so, yeah. But yeah, Gear in the 11 car is Sikkim in the 47. 48 is Allen. Yeah. So we have Gary on the outside. Behind him is Tanner, and then Hendrick is behind Allen for the bottom row. We should be going green at the line this time. It looks like everyone's all caught up. But I'll go and highlight a couple new drivers that I just kind of found from scrolling around. So we'll touch on a couple stories once we go back green. But rolling into the tri-oval under caution. People pinned, so I don't think we'll be going green this time. If we are not going green this time, which we are not, it's time to go in and look at some new drivers. Now there's a lot of them that I don't necessarily recognize too well. At least that, yeah. So I think the main one that I saw, yeah, the 22 is new, from what I know, unless that's a new account. Again, that could happen. 43 is, I think, new. HMS new in the 8 color. I would watch out for this 8 color. I've raced with HMS a decent amount of times, more than a decent amount. I've raced with him for almost 5 years. But yeah, he is a guy known for his super speedway racing. Maybe not in the bigger leagues, but definitely in the smaller leagues, he is known for his super speedway prowess. But yeah, obviously Boom is in the 88 car. He's not new. He's just he topped off or pitted for damage or whatever he did. So he's gonna be sitting back here. Shake on the outside. There's Hendrick, Darkness King. I'm pretty sure that's well, I'm pretty sure he's new. Again, a decent amount of people that I need to catch up on and learn their names and stuff. But that's fine. That's fine. we can get to that point. You see obviously Exalta with Tanner. That's always a good sight to see, knowing at the start of the season we saw a little storyline kind of develop where Tanner lost Exalta for a couple races. I was probably the only one that cared about that story, but it was a funny story, a fun story to keep track of. Okay. We're trying to get up. Alright. Gary leads us into the Geico restart zone. We're back green in Talladega. Good start from the outside. Tanner pushing them all on the back bumper of Gary. We have Shake. Can he get clear? It's going to be how many cars get clear, or do they... They're going to run the top, obviously. The leader has to run the top. That is a rule. With these this track, the leader has to run the top. It's definitely an interesting strategy, but it's going to force a lot of people to the outside. Who's going to gang up and go to the bottom? Again, immediately once you get the lead, the earliest possible, you jump up to the high lane. We're seeing a lot of guys train the high lane. We'll see guys that get really close to that wall. Those guys will most likely be on wheel. If you're on controller, then and you're doing that, then either you can hold a good line or you're dumb. Probably both. We have kind of a nice little, a couple guys hanging back here. 43 trying to do something, just can't do really anything when you don't have any help around here. Just trying. He should get back in the draft. Yeah, he will. He's gonna duck back down or back up into the outside lane, get drafted, maybe just do a little reset. Obviously, you can, if you do it right, you can make the bottom lane work pretty nicely against many cars, and especially if you get help, like the 43 does now. He has Shake. Oh, was that a lag spike? But Shake, he's going his way up. And there's a whole train of cars behind. If Shake can hold on, he might be the leader of a whole pack of cars on the inside. If he can get down, yes, he can. Let's go and find right up in this mess. Shake got split. They are 3 wide. Riding with the 22 right now. You see Shake on his inside, same with the 77. These guys are falling back. However, the bottom lane is doing the absolute opposite. HMS tried the block, did not work. The 18 still flying on all cylinders. So I'm trying to find the 18 car. Here is AJ, the guy who's been leading the bottom lane, potentially to glory, potentially to the point, potentially to the lead. He has the 4 of backflip all over his bumper. Crash in the back. Looks like the 21, I think it was, just slammed into another car. It only looked like a couple of them. Yeah, the 14, Steelers Empire, wrecking into the inside wall. Not good. Just a huge bad wreck down the back. back with AJ, not really working as this bottom lane. They don't have enough help. They need to go up there and side draft, but they're not. Are they just trying to stay on the bottom, just trying to make the bottom lane work and not have to side draft? A lot of guys staying loyal on that outside, realizing, hey, the bottom's not really working as good as we thought it would. Now it might. 13 hit the wall. That is Thomas. He sent Shake back out of the line. That splits up the help between the outside lane, and now can AJ capitalize? It doesn't look like he can. They just suck up. Now the 19 goes down. He's trying to go to the lead, take it from the 11 car of Gary. He needs to get up there, the side draft. Tanner, it looks like he's trying to do. No, he goes back down. Yeah, the top three all nose to tail. That's Gary, that's Tanner, that's Spexy. Those are the front three cars on the outside. Then the 19, then AJ, then backflip. Now Tanner goes down, and now up to the point. And he's going to have to go back up the track. Just at what point does he do it? Now he does. He's immediately going to lose the lead, though. And now the 19's the leader, but now he has to go up. When does he decide to do it? Is this going to just allow AJ to get in, or will he go and follow? He tried to follow, didn't work. Now backflip is going to have the help on the inside, as the outside has absolutely no one. Now backflip goes up. Now it is up to the 77. He is going to the lead. That is NASCAR 2009 Rocks. He's had a really mediocre season, really tough season in this 77 car, but it's looking to turn around, and what a place would it be? Talladega, the one place you can turn around a season. It could be here. Backflip leading the outside. We have the 77 of NASCAR 2009 Rocks. He's on the bottom. He doesn't have much help, though. The 00 just not really near his bumper, and that's allowing the outside to just kind of go and just pull away. Now they're starting to, you can see, just went up a tiny bit. Maybe thinking about what if we side draft, but they're staying on the bottom, deciding not to side draft. We see Spexy and Hendrick nose to tail. That is third and fourth. Shake goes back. There, it goes to the back bumper of Hendrick. That is further behind. And now a little bit of momentum for the 77 in the inside line. Are they able to keep the momentum? Run off the high lane. It's going to basically kill all progress that was made in turn 3 and 4. And now does a 77 go up the side draft? He thought about it, but he stays back down with where he has his friends, and his friends are a whole line of cars behind him, but they're slowly losing guys. Now the 77 thinks, okay, that's side draft. 00 says, nah, I don't feel like it, and that's gonna completely kill the inside line. And now the caution is out. Might as well take this time to go into the Discord so I know what is happening. That would probably be a smart decision. Okay, I'm going to do that right now. We have a caution on the speedway. Back foot peeled off into the pits. Just a great intro to the Discord. That's just something you love to hear when someone, just, yeah. Oh man, we love the Discord. It's amazing. Pure comedy. Split decisions. Split decisions from the whole field, and that's gonna leave Tanner out front. In the 24 Exalta car, he has the Ream 95 with Spexy behind. Then he has the 32 of Hendrick behind him. That is the top three. Shake in fourth, and then in fifth, behind them is Thomas apparently ghosted for someone, so you'll see the 13 car go to a stop. I just can't see who's behind. I think that is Jackson Altman in P5. So it took a little bit of time, but that is your top 5 as of now. We should be seeing choose cone this time by. Then the question is, what lane do you pick? Do you pick the outside? Do you pick the bottom? If you pick the outside, it means you're going to have the momentum and you can pull a lot of people with you. If you pick the bottom, you're going to get a better start, but then you have to abandon all help to go to the Highland. So, they're choosing this time. The question is, where does the 24 go? And does the 95 follow him or pick the front row? And they're gonna, the top 3 pick the top. Not a surprise. The top 4 or 5, it looks like. The top 5 pick the top. At least those top 4, I've all raced with them on many occasions. Even Jackson I've raced with on many occasions. At least those top 4, they work together pretty nicely. I can say that. So I'm not too surprised by them picking the outside. I'm also not surprised by Jackson jumping along with them. So Jackson can work good with them. You see Thomas behind. That's just a good. I wouldn't say good group of guys, but they know what they're doing up there. So that's one thing. The bottom, maybe not as organized. Maybe not the best. Looks like Svexy has to unghost himself. Same with Hendrick, you see up there. That's what you have to do. You have to go. If you've ghosted on someone's screen, Jesus Christ, you have to go to a complete stop on the track. Then, go to a complete stop. Wait till you ghost, and then hit the throttle. And then when you unghost, you should be unghosted for everyone else. That's the thought process, and it works most time. Looks like HMS either just got right or right himself. And that's gonna tear up the bottom a little bit more. Also, Thomas now has to pit because of that, throwing a little bit of intrigue into this. You hear from race control, we are going this time, no matter what, because we'll have 2 to go, no matter what, we are going this time. Mind you, 2 to go on the stage when we go back green. Actually, I can fact check that. I probably should fact check that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's yes. Huh. So for the not really talking much, I'm kind of drinking water right now. Just yeah. Apparently, according to some, we've had more wrecks under caution than we've had all season. They almost just did their own thing there. Definitely, when you look at the outside, if you look at cars, there's a lot more cars on the outside. You know what this reminds me of? 2009. But maybe I usually give a rough year 2007. But it's kind of funny that the guy named NASCAR 2009 Rocks is on the inside when this is kind of like a early 2009 type restart. Anyways, that was just me kind of rambling on. You're watching from the 95. We are green once again in Talladega for a 2-lap shootout to complete stage 1. Tanner gets a good getaway. Now, here is Svexy. He is still right on the bumper of Tanner. When does he go down to potentially make a move? Contact behind, forcing shakedown. Hendrick stays up though. Jackson stays up too. Hendrick weaving around. That's not gonna help the outside. He got that sorted out though pretty quickly. Backflip in behind them. It looks like Shake was able to join back in just ahead of Hendrick, and he jumped a spot out of that. Now, can the bottom get something working? Will it be a bottom v top? Will it be first v second? Who knows? Will it be the first 2 cars on the outside that it's between, or will it be the bottom versus the top? We'll see. 24, 77, 95. Who's it gonna be? Through the tri-oval, white flag, 1 to go in stage 1. Lanes, the advantage goes to the outside. The lanes were almost even for a second, but the outside still prevails. That's been kind of the normal for the first bit of this race. Obviously, with the leader having to stay on the outside the whole time. Crash hard in the back. They stay wrecking. We're not gonna have a caution for that. This is the last lap of the stage. The whole outside lane, no, fading as Shake tries to lead the bottom to glory, tries to lead the bottom to a stage win. Does the 77 try to jump out and steal the points for himself? Yes, he will. Oh, the 77 contact. He's gonna win the stage, though. 77 NASCAR 2009 Rocks. What a way to start your Talladega race. Wow, a stage 1 winner. Again, if we had to count how many times this guy finished a lap down or was wrecking, it would be a lot. No offense, but that's kind of how his season has went. Just a great way to gain some points. Great way to gain some points as Shake just got wrecked by Tanner. Apparently 38th finished 10th, but he did get pretty much. That's why he was a little mad at this 77 there. That's why we saw 38 going up there because contact. But again, that's gonna happen. It's racing. You're gonna make contact. You just kind of have to understand that. That's what you get from pits are closed. But yeah, that's kind of what you get from Talladega racing. You're going to get hit. Maybe not the cleanest guys are always going to be racing up front, but that's just Talladega. Everyone can race up front. Whether you can, as long as you can make your car go somewhat fast in the draft, which I'm pretty sure everyone can do. Yeah. And if you can't keep up, at a super speedway, there is something wrong with you. But yeah. But yeah, what a way. We were talking about the 77 could potentially turn around his season with a good run here, or at least have some motivation coming into the next couple weeks, coming into the next couple races. Again, a win could be can mean so much for this team. But even just a stage win can do something. Can be so about motivation. And definitely getting a stage win can give you motivation to keep going and keep having good runs. Or maybe not good runs, but just keep kind of going and knowing that that there will be better. But yeah, that's kind of my little small rant, I guess I went on. But how about the 00? I'm pretty sure I know who that is, but I want to check again who it is. Harmless Daisy. In the 00, he also has not had the best season. So yeah, that's what. Yeah, again, two guys that have not had that good of seasons, and then we talked to Shup after he won the Southern 500 2 weeks ago, and how his season was kind of like it was okay, and then that win obviously brings the motivation, and here he is getting third in the stage, on stage 1. So again, just a little bit can go a long ways, even a couple points. That good run can do a lot for motivation wise, for points wise in general. So yeah, it looks like One Fast Bean is going to be your leader. One Fast Bean. He is One Fast Bean. He was the fastest guy to hit the outside wall, and then also hit the inside, hit a corner's inside. But he is the leader right now, the current leader. So we have AJ in second, Alan in third. And then the 14 is Steelers Empire. I'm pretty sure he was also caught up in the wreck with the 21 car earlier. Then we have the 19. Then we have HMS. Then we have Harmless. Pretty sure that's his name. I could be wrong. Harmless, yes. Yep, Harmless. Alright, now we're gonna have to ask the question. What does a 21 pick in this situation? What lane do you pick? As we come to the choose cone, what lane do you want to pick? We've seen the outside look so good. Do you pick the outside? Yes. That's what the 21 does. AJ says, nah, I don't want to push him. I want to lead. I want the front row. So he is picking the bottom. Alan is going to go to the outside to follow the 21. And it looks like Steelers will be on the inside. 19 on the outside. And it looks like HMS is on the bottom. That's your first 3 rows for this restart. To start stage 2. Stage 2, if I can bring up the pre-race, ends on lap 58. Ends on the completion of lap 58. What are we on? I actually can't see right now because tag is. There was a huge wreck. I'm pretty sure half, if not everyone, has damage because of that. I looked down for a second, look up, and there was a wreck. Oh. Steelers is being told to leave, and he is taking as many people with him as possible. This is a great way to leave a mark. Maybe not a good one, but a mark. Sometimes you have talented people, sometimes you have untalented people, sometimes you have dumb people, and then you have the idiots. And today, fellas, is an idiot. That is what we're seeing from this 14 car. There's nothing, there's no blunt way to put this. If quite frankly, if I could have said more, I would have said more. But I'm not. There are some people that aren't the brightest. Aren't the brightest people in, yeah. And then you have this guy. This guy. Don't know what the hell he was doing. Quite frankly, I don't care what he was doing. He is the single-handedly dumbest person I've seen. But anyways, poor one Fast Bean. He has now had to fix so much with damage. I don't know if he's gonna get his lead back. But yeah. We're gonna have to choose again, apparently, as the 21 flies up to the front of the field. Ooh, that got close. He almost hit the 22. We almost had to make another pit stop. But yeah. Sometimes there's some. Then you get the 1 in a million people again. You get the 1 in a million people that, yeah, they're just they're their own creatures. They're not even people, and they don't deserve to be treated as people. That's all I'm gonna say. Alright, so. Pretty much everyone pitted. Just hearing stories about what happened in the party when this was all happening. Again, in order, we're gonna do a re-choose cone this time. So now, with all that shenanigans happening, all that stupidity, we have to go at least, what, 3 more laps or so under caution because of that. Just a little disappointing. A little disappointing. There's not choose cone this time. But yeah, they're just trying to get the stuff sorted out, so. I thought they were a little more caught up than actually they were. But, yeah. I'm gonna go with quick AFK, and I'll be back in a couple, like, 30 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I'm getting my headset wire figured out. Choose going this time, I'm pretty sure. Well, we'll see if we see it. So make yeah, there we go. Alright. So 21 is going to be the control car on the top. What is now? We've seen the control car on the top so many times. Pretty much every restart that has been covered. Now the question is, does this, again, a little different driver? Do we expect the same result as we've had? I could see yes. I could also see no. It really depends on what is going to happen. My bad. This is Talladega. Yes, it is. One cool thing at this track, they have a bunch of American flags just spanning the whole area of turn 3. I'm pretty sure and 4. If the camera pans. I mean, we'll see. We'll get a high. I'll go on board with like the leader or something, sometime today, and we can get a little update on that. Anyways, green this time. You can see everyone get way up on each other's bumpers, getting ready to go back green, getting ready to give the push of the lifetime. Well, giving a push of a lifetime to the guy ahead, and right now the 21 gets up ahead. However, he doesn't have any help. He is all by himself, and now he can't block the bottom because he has to stay on the high lane. No one else is pushing him, so he's just stuck in a situation. That situation is not a good one at that. Oh, the blocking. The 22 got left out as the 8 shot the gap, and now it looks like the 22 might get in. Yes, he will. And now the 48's left on the bottom. He has help though. Spency Cat and Tanner behind. They're fighting and arguing for positions further in the back, but up at the front, there's no arguing for the lead right now because it's all led by the 18 of AJ so far. You are riding on board the 21 car who sits fourth in line on the outside, which is where the leader is right now. You can see the 21 lift a bit off the 8's bumper, giving him a little bit of daylight there. Just being a little bit kind of cautious. Don't want to force anyone into the wall. But you can see as we dive down into turn 3, once we get to the end of this backstretch. Yeah, as you can see, all the American flags as you dive down into turn 3. You definitely know where you are. If you don't know where you are, then I don't know what to say, to be honest. As the 8 just clips the wall a bit, and that's going to cause a little bit of a checkup now, but the outside still very well formed up, and it's only one car versus everyone on the outside. It's Gary versus the world, at least that's what it feels like as he finds a gap in. Now it's the 19 versus the world as he goes to the bottom. He might go to the lead, but he's going to have to pull some magic if he wants to do that. Not able to do anything, not even thinking about side drafting, as it looks like Spency Cat got a piece of the wall, got a big chunk out of it, and he's going to sit back in 5th. Shake goes down to the bottom. He has a head of steam. Now Gary is going up ahead of the 19 car. Shake went and filled a gap on the outside. Spency Cat almost got sent to the line, then forced himself into the outside wall with how much he tried to fill that gap. Now we see Allen and Shake on the inside. Allen tries to find a way in. If not, he side drafts, and yes, he will. If Shake can get with him, that can help, but it doesn't look like they're that formed right now. You can see riding on board with Shake. He's gonna go and make a move on Allen. He has the run. Now you see the 21 go to the bottom. He's further up ahead. Now can Shake get the draft and pull himself up there. The only issue is the 21's gonna be free falling until the 38 gets to him. And when Shake gets to him, does he do the same thing as he did to Allen? No, the 21's pitting. Green flag pit stops for the 21. He stayed out on that last pit stop trying to get track position, and it didn't work. Well, it worked, but it's not gonna end good. At least now we see HMS and Hendrick, who have worked good in many other leagues together, now lead 1-2 as HMS goes to the high lane, and now Hendrick is going to lead, but he's gonna go up, and now Thomas is on the bottom. Thomas is in prime position to go to the lead. He has Gary all over his bumper, and a couple cars behind. Does HMS get to the bumper of Hendrick? Because Hendrick has to stay on the high lane. They're going 3 wide behind, almost 4 wide. As they try to fit holes, argue for positions behind the top 2 who fight for the lead, who argue for the lead. It looks like the outside's starting to prevail. However, AJ has other thoughts. He goes to the middle. He's the man in the middle. He's the man in the middle with Shake. Those 2 are all by themselves in the middle. Now Shake goes up. He finds a gap, but still now AJ stuck in the middle. Nowhere to go. And look at that new race leader Thomas as Hendrick just scrapes the wall. There's many cars coming out of the pits, it looks like, or just getting up to speed. Up ahead, you see them in the distance as they go into turn 3. Hendrick getting split. Oh, yeah, Hendrick has just gotten split. That's not good for him. Thomas now leads, but he has to find a way to the top. He can't just ride the bottom. No, I don't want Apple Pay. I just want to do my fingerprint. Thomas is still on the bottom. They're talking about that in race control right now on how you need to run the top, and Thomas is not doing that. It might not matter anymore as everyone sets the dart to the outside. Sharp is the first one to do it, or at least the most successful one to do it. Still not successful enough. Thomas now peels off. There's many other cars that peel off with him. 38, 8, 32, 95. That's a good group of drivers too. We see further back, it looks like the 24 and 47 also. You see the 3 car going slow. I think he missed pit road. Now here's back up to the lead. Here's Allen. Here's Sharp. These guys stay on track. When do they pit? That is the question, all gonna be answered in a bit. I was just looking at tax stream, making sure I had everything right. Here's the 48, here's the 42, here's the 18, and the 19. These guys all pit together. 42 missed it! 42 misses the pits, that's huge! Not good for a Packers fan who just completely missed the pits. Oh no. Yeah, now we see Tack. He is in a pack right now, not in the best pack, but hey. Alright, now here's Allen. Where is everyone else though that already pitted? He's out in front of decent ways ahead of his group. But now, where's the other pack? We see them in the distance. If just a couple lights you can see in the distance, that's where they are as they go up the speed, flying past. They're not that linked up. They're not linked up that good, but they're linked up good enough to beat AJ and the 19. Are they good enough to beat the 48 of Allen? It looks like they will. Shake is going to go provisional leader in Talladega. Here's Tanner. He lost a bit of time. He's gotten picked up by the other group. I'm trying to find the leader. It is Spency Cat in the 7. Alright, I'll tell you. I think that's good. Alright. Everyone peels off besides Spencer Cat, who stays on the track for another lap. And he's gonna lead one here, but he's gonna be all by himself with no help. How is that gonna play out? Now let's cut over here to this pack here, which is led by Svexy with HMS behind him. Then there's AJ, then there's the 19, and Alan have now all been caught by that pack. I'm trying to find the pack with Shake in it and all that stuff, but here is the main pack to look at. This is the pack of where Shake, where Hendrick, and where Thomas is. Now, Sharp is not going to be able to go in with them. He stayed out just a little bit too long. He got the draft for a second, but now he fades out of it and fades further away, fades into the clutches of Svexy and everyone else behind. You can see riding on board with the Ream Machine, who leads the second pack and is looking to potentially steal provisional 4th place from Sharp. Where does Sharp go? If he stays on the bottom, he forces everyone to go on the outside, because you know Strexy's not going to push. He has a huge run. Where does he go? Sharp, he goes high. Being a respectful guy like he is, he goes high. And you can see now the 3-car pack up ahead. They have to go high because they're the leaders now. As you see Spency Cat, who was the leader, he comes out. He's going to join in that 3rd pack behind. We have 3 different packs all right now. And then we have a couple guys just kind of in their own world, to say the least. As you see, the top 3 is still running the outside. You see that 3rd pack. I wouldn't say the most organized, but it has the most cars. It's going to be a pack to watch, but will they run out of time? They might. There is coming to 8 to go this time. That's not much time to gain a decent amount of time. We can almost assure that this pack right here will catch up to the front. I can almost assure you that. It's just, does anyone else catch up? Does that 3rd pack catch up? Does anyone else, any stragglers, catch up to this pack? Well, probably not the stragglers, but does the 3rd pack do that? If the 3rd pack does that, then the race is definitely on. If the 3rd pack doesn't, then, well, here it is. Here is the battle is between right now the first 2 packs. The battle is between the 38 and the 95. Ream versus who? What's the sponsor of the 38? I don't know. I don't care. But yeah. Svexy versus Shea. 95 versus 38. Ford versus Toyota. That is right now what is the battle. Those are the 2 guys we need to be watching. The 2 packs we need to be watching. The 2 leaders of the packs we need to be watching. I'm watching from TAC. He's in the 3rd pack. He's in 13th. Actually, let me correct that. Yeah, he is in the 3rd pack. Not much time has been gained over the last couple laps, it seems like. They're definitely gaining, and they're definitely probably going to be there. But as the time winds down, as the laps wind down, it starts to get more and more to the point where will they catch more? Instead of when they catch, it's if That's the questions that are starting to be asked. Instead of when, it's starting to turn to if. Instead of what will happen, it's more how it will happen. It's starting to look more like 3 cars is better than what? 6? 5? 6. This second pack has double what the first pack has. Now they've gained a lot of time on this lap, it definitely looks like. So will they be there? Yeah, probably. .5 were gained that time. I was able to hear AJ say that they gained 5/10 that time. That's a huge amount. That's a half a second. That's a lot of time gained. When we talk in just kind of, well, they're probably roughly around a second and a half, maybe even a second behind. So a half a second. That's a lot of time gained for just one lap, and they take more chunks out of it now. Now it's on lap 55. We need to, well, not we need, but we have about 4 to go. We're coming to 3 to go. And now we see they're close enough to start kind of being like, maybe we jump up, maybe we do something. Svexy jumped up, but it was obviously, it kind of just more looked like he backed off. You can watch from behind. This is from Thomas, who's the last car in the lead draft. You can just watch them get closer and closer and closer and closer as the 18 starts to get closer and closer. Time winding down and down and down. The laps are closing down. The time is closing down. Do they have enough time? Probably. If they do catch, what will they do? Will they try to immediately go for the lead? Will they sit in line? Will they even try to get draft, or will they just stay on the bottom the whole time? And if they do stay on the bottom, does someone like Thomas or Hendrick try to jump onto the front of that pack and potentially lead them, or bring themselves to the lead of the race and potentially to the stage win? All these questions being answered, all these questions being kind of formed as we hit 2 to go. The time is now. If you're going to make a move, it's going to be now or next lap. You can see they're there, but are they there enough to get draft? That's the question. They will be there by the end of the lap at least. What do they do when they get there, though? That is also another question. We've kind of asked that a bit. But what will they do? Shake now peels off to the bottom. These guys are not organized. They're mainly trying to, what they're doing is making a wall almost of sorts. Trying to manipulate this, trying to manipulate these guys, and they're doing stuff that they probably wouldn't do. Just like that. They're 4 wide for the lead of the race. Here we go. It is so close. 1 to go from Talladega. New race leader 19 at the line, at the stripe. But now the question is, it's HMS up front. What will he do? What will he have to do to win this race? He's not on the outside. He's getting helped out a lot. Now off turn 4, final time, and stage number 2. Does anyone have anything for the 8 car? Oh man, 48 around, crash in the back. And that is the stage over. And the 8 car is your stage 2 winner with the Cheddars.com number 8. HMS Fan 9YT is your stage 2 winner. Am I surprised? Not really. Knowing him. But is it surprising to see a new guy win a stage? A bit. When you say it's at Talladega, it's a little less surprising, but still, a bit surprising. Credit where credit is due. They were just reading out the stage results. I only catch the 00 and someone else. But yeah, it looks like it was HMS, AJ, and then it looks like Sharp. I think. Yes, it was Sharp, then Shake, then Spexy. That is your top 5 exiting stage 2. Now it's the final stage. Now what do you do? This is where the big bucks are paid. This is, again, track position can be big, but how big? You don't necessarily want to lead here because you can so easily get thrown out of the line because it's such an outside lane train. If just even 5 guys or so say, you know what, let's go to the bottom. That just peels, well, not peels, but that pulls everyone down to the bottom, and next thing you know, you're stuck on the outside. You can't do anything, you can't block because you're on the outside. They were talking about the 88, and apparently the 88 was doing some interesting things. I don't even know what was happening. I didn't see the 88 at all that time. I'm tired. I've had a long day. And this just caps it off. Great. I'm not really. We're gonna be starting stage number 3. Stage number 12. I don't know how good that smelled. I haven't lit my candle in a while. I also used a lot of it. I used like half of it on the first day I had it, so I might want to light it today or something. You know what? Once Choose Cone happens, I'm going to light my candle. Alright, Choose Cone happened. I'll be back. One second. Alright, I'm back. I haven't lit my candle yet. I'll do that on live, because I feel like that'd be funny to do. Anyways, we're going back green, so that's also why I'm not doing it right now. HMS fan leads us to the green for stage number 3. Let's try not to burn myself doing this. Alright, HMS leads us again. I did not burn myself, by the way. I did it right. Alright, we're 3 wide for the lead as Shake takes the lead in Talladega once again. This 38 car has been up front many times, but this time it's with the 37. 38 and 37 control the field in Talladega in stage number 3. It is lap 63 of 94. Yep, that is right. It's a decently long stage, just slightly longer than past stages. About 40. It's about 36 laps, I think, or something around there. So longer. Oh, HMS in the wall. He is able to save it. Mostly, can he hold on the draft though? Will Hendrick try to help him here? I can almost guess he will, if needed. Yeah, they will. They're backing up. You can just kind of hear in the throttle. He kind of like, it just kind of sounds like it's a little like it has a different tone. That's when you kind of know. Okay, yeah. He left it. Huge crash at Talladega. Hold on 1 second. I just need to put my dog on my bed. Dog, you need to go over here. There's a huge wreck between Shake and someone else. I didn't see exactly who it was. I was not looking at the screen when that happened. Doesn't look like a caution yet. But that could obviously change. Oh no! Sikkim was not clear, and there goes. Who's that? Yeah, Douglas. Now here comes Sikkim just after walling the 16. He might be going to the lead. Tanner says, nah, I don't feel like it. And goes to the high lane. And leaves Sikkim all out to dry, and you see the 13 of Thomas trying to help out Tanner a tiny bit, not able to work. Good old Tan stuck on the bottom. They're still talking about that last wreck and if there should be a caution or not. Gary is the leader of this race once again. He was the leader when we started the stream, and he's the leader now. However, here's Alan right all over his bumper, Spexy behind him, and then you have Harmless there. And then Thomas sneaks to the inside, trying to steal a position from the 00, and not successful. Spency Cat's gonna push Harmless right past Thomas. Now we have a little bit of a revolution on the bottom. They're not really happy with the outside lane running right now, so they're trying to go to the bottom, led by Backflip. With the 53 and the 22, Spency Cat looking, peeking, he's going, he's committing, it's not gonna work, and he fades back to the high lane. Revolution was unsuccessful. We'll try again, just in a couple laps time, most likely. And here we go again, starting. They have not learned their lesson. Immediately jumping out. Spency Cat goes back to the high lane though and figures it out. You can see there's a huge battle behind. Oh, Spexing the wall, and that's gonna cause a huge stack up, and that's gonna get them not linked up. Do they decide to overthrow the top two, or do they decide to push? What does Spexy decide to do? He decides to stay committed to the back bump of the 48. Not even a thought of going to the inside. His car, I don't even think, flinched to go to the inside. He just stayed on the outside, pushing that 48 car, as 00 stays as committed to the back bumper of him as he was to the 48. Spency Cat and Thomas join in. Couple more kind of starting to pop up. Here comes Thomas all by himself. No help, no friends. But you don't need friends. Oh, he has friends. He just got more. Spexy goes down. Thomas fits the gap and goes P2. What does now Spexy have to do? There's a little bit of momentum. 53 leaves him out. 53, does he go to the outside and take second? Or does he gamble? Does he try to go for first? He's going for first. He's trying to go for the 2-for-1. And he might do it. 2-for-1 deal, 53 to the lead, and now the 22 is going to try to steal it from him. Big push, huge momentum on the outside. Lanes almost even, help almost even. The inside's going to have the advantage in the corners, but if they can stay linked up on the outside, they can go down the back, well, down the straightaway, but no, the outside, well, the top two go to clear the outside and join in on that. Now Thomas and Spexy on the inside. They've been trying to do something. Thomas trying to side draft, trying to do anything to pull them back. It's not going to work. And we have the 48 of Allen on the inside. They're 3 wide. However, Gary goes into the back bumper of a backflip, and they stay lined up on the outside. What does Thomas do? He had a head of steam, stayed with the outside though. Probably for the first time in a while that he's actually stuck to the back bumper or something for just a little bit long, for just a decent amount of time. 95 is lagging. Oh no, Spexy had a great run going, and now he's far out of draft because of all that. Now, after all the battling, after all the stuff, they finally got it sorted out, and look who's joined the party. The rest of the field is joined and ready to party. Ready to party, ready to dance for the last 30-odd laps at Talladega. They're going to do a little bit of partying now, then a little bit of partying after the race. If you become the winner here, maybe a little bit of partying in the boulevard after here. There's already parties in the boulevard. As there's a huge attempt to clear. Gary made it stick, and he's going to the lead. Number 11 car stuck to the inside. He's going to the lead. He has now the 48 as he has to go to the high lane now. The 48's going to say, nah, I want the outside now. Crash. Multiple cars wrecking as someone tried that. Someone's in the pits. Tanner was the car spinning in the trial vault. We don't know who was in the pits. We couldn't see. And everyone backs off. Caution is going to plague the speedway once again in Alabama. I was just looking at my candle for a second. Alright, Alan is the race leader for now as we are under caution again. Once again. Looks like Gary's gonna beat out the 22. How about everyone else? Oh, many people, Tack included, is one of them. Alan, though, is gonna be the winner off pit road, and Tack is going to be in P2. We have Gary in third, 22 in fourth, and Backflip in fifth. Leader number 48 car. This is, if you grew up in the 2000s, this is not a surprising sight to see. But as we've seen over the last couple of years, and especially in this paint scheme, that 48 car was not up front much. So kind of nice to see. Obviously virtually, not in real life, but hey, we'll take it when we can get it. I heard someone say one more caution, then we're having fun. So that means it's either a saving race or it's you have to make a pit stop, or both. It's kind of cool seeing the 48 out front leading, because I have a replica of that diecast on my shelf. Well, that car, I have a replica of that car on my shelf, so I'm kind of looking at that right now, looking at the screen, and pretty cool. I really like that scheme though. That was a pretty, that was one of my more favorite schemes from Jimmy. So the Ally 48 is gonna be your leader. Then the Worth Tech, well, the Worth number 2 car, driven or piloted by Tech, will be on the outside. He will be not the control car, but he'll be in second. Then obviously we have Gary is going to be the pusher for Allen, and the 22 is going to be the pusher for Tech. Who's it going to be? 48 and 11 or 2 and 22? I need to pop my back in. Ooh, that was nice. That felt nice. I'm turning my candle around, making sure the stuff is all lands. Alright, here we go. Getting ready to go back green from Talladega. on we'll be coming to lap 76. We're back green in Talladega. Alec gets off to a good start. We have 19 to go. That is how much we have left. So again, I'm pretty sure they have to make a pit stop, but then the question is, do they have to save? Do they have to, or is it just an all-out run till you pit, then finish? We'll also probably have at least one more caution. There's almost no way this goes caution-free. Watch it go caution-free because I said that, but anyways, 48 currently leads. Behind him, the FedEx 11. Then we have the Kroger 47. And then we have the 16. And on the outside, you can see just not really working that good. Tack is trying to make it work, trying to do something. And it's just not working that good. However, Allen goes up to help. Also because he has to. And now it's going to leave Sikkim to lead the bottom. Doesn't have that much help. But he just has the preferred lane, and that's all you need at times. Just a tiny bit of help in the preferred lane. However, the outside is not going to go down without a fight. The only issue is the bottom has way more cars. If you look behind, they're all stacked up on the bottom in like a train, in a waiting list almost. As now, with the Sikkim has to go up to the high lane, but when? When does he decide to go up to high lane? Now, or does he wait a tiny bit? He goes up now. You can see just up ahead. I'm trying to get a better view for you guys. Here's the view of Spencer Cat. They're almost wrecking. They're trying to save it. They did wreck. Multiple cars wrecking, spinning. Attack just nearly avoided that, but there's multiple cars. At least 3 of them have all wrecked. There was 5 cars in that wreck. I'm trying to... anyways, you can see... Now 77 drops off. That is that is NASCAR 2009 Rocks, or known as Logan. I'll be calling him Logan from now on. Anyway, Spencer Cat leads. A couple weeks ago, I kind of made a joke because in one of the races, Spencer Cat went into my stream, or went into actually my DMs, and linked his stream and then said, "Watch the 43 car," because he was in the 43. I'm pretty sure he almost wrecked the field by going a lap down that time, or was in like the middle of half the pack, and yeah. But he currently leads. All jokes aside, caution is out again. Now this means I'm pretty sure we can make it on field. I can fact check that when we get into the pits. I can check on Tack's stream and see if we are actually good to the end. If we are, then that means there should be no pit stops till the end. Oh my god. I like a taste like, I don't know what I got there. I tried to blow up my candle and I like, yeah. Do I have water left? Nope. Well, that's great. I have to get water. After I give you an update on the fuel situation, then I will go off and do like grab water and preheat the oven to make reheat myself dinner. We are going in this time to pit. However, a couple guys stay out. They're banking on a caution, or they are.
It's only one lap. I feel like you're gonna be out there for 2, so I think that was great.
So you can staying out here will work. They get 19 on gas, so there's 15 to go as of now. I'm pretty sure it's turning to 14 to go when they come out of the pits. So again, so it's in Discord, not a bad strategy. I agree. Anyways, I might miss Choose Cone, but I'll be back in like a minute. I just missed Choose Cone. I want to sit down with my dog for a second, so I'm just gonna sit here and talk while I hang with my dog. Sharp is the leader. We have Svexy on the outside. He's in second. Tanner is also on the outside. Shaker's on the inside. I'm pretty sure at least the top 3 stayed out. I'm pretty sure Ward took either 2 or like just gas or something. We'll see. There's many different strategies and there's too many to cover for now, and little knowledge of exactly what was done. So yeah. Now the question is, the Sharp, what does Sharp do on this? The Sharp, is Sharp gonna be able to get out and lead, or is Sexy gonna steal it from him, or is someone behind going to? Dog, you look so concerned and so scared for no reason. Alright. But yeah, once we get into the travel, I'll get off my bed and actually get into my chair and look at stuff. So I'm laughing, my dog was freaking out. Aww. Get off me. Hold on. Get off me, dog. Ah. Ow, my knee. I just whacked my knee off the chair. Anyways, we're going green on lap 83. We're back green. We are heading to a dozen to go in Talladega. Sharp is the leader. That is how it is right now. However, the 38 this time is on his bumper. Not him on the bumper, the 38. But now, once again, it's the 37 up front of the 38 in Talladega. Now the 95 trying to battle back on the outside. The inside currently is doing good right now. But they're going to have to pull up eventually. Probably off the exit of turn 4. That's probably when they're gonna do it. And how many people do they pull with them? Who will stay on the bottom? They all stay on the bottom for now. Here they go. Now they're pulling to the outside, but it's only Sharp. Sharp pulled one guy with him. That was Sikkim in the 47. Now Shake goes to the high lane as he has to. And now the 19 takes the lead. Now the 19 gets to control the carousel. That is the battle for the lead, but however the 38 is fighting back and has help. Huge shove from the 37 and they're back up to the front. 38-37, 1-2 from Talladega once again for like the third time. However the 19 battling back, they're all fanning out. Some people fanned out into the outside wall. Some people fanned out onto the apron. They were doing all a bunch of stuff. Now they're 3 wide, back behind, a couple rows back. They're trying to get that sorted out to see who can go up there for the lead. Looks like Sharp gave the wall a little high five as he sits in second right now and tries to maybe find a way past this 38 or sits in line for a bit longer and then we'll find his way past the 38 eventually. Just take a moment to appreciate the sounds of the cars, the sounds of 20 odd cars, 23 or 4 odd cars at full song. As now there's a little bit of mistake from Sharp allowing Tanner to get in second right now. But yeah, this will probably be also some people's last races at Talladega, so once we get to the line, I want to take a lap on board of Sharp, and I'm just going to point out some stuff, and obviously if there's stuff happening on Sharp's screen, I'll go and cover that. And then we'll get right into the racing for the final last couple laps. So you head down the turn ones, nice Sunoco sign, nice trees in the background there. I'm also just trying to pull up the laps here so I know what lap we're on, and yeah, 87. Okay, we have time to do this. But yeah, I'm just you see a little yeah, look at all the American flags. There's about 7 of them I counted. That spans from the start of 3 to basically the exit of 4. One thing I noticed is there's many cranes around these tracks. But anyways, the lap is done, but I'm still gonna ride on board Sharp for a second. As I drink my water, but I'm also trying to hear the throttle trace from this 37 car. You can kinda hear it's like changing different pitches. That usually means he's lifting off the throttle. It also doesn't seem like he's full throttle, which it makes sense. You're usually not full throttle when you're not the leader. And talking about the leader though, Tanner wants to be the leader and he's gonna pull the whole inside line with him. And now we have a battle. Now we have some excitement like there already wasn't, or like there was already. Now here's the 19 on the bottom as Tanner goes up to high lane. That should convert the lead. Crash! Big one behind. Multiple cars wrecking. It's 3. They save it though. Sikkim was the main guy, and he was the main guy that got involved. Hopes dashed without a caution, and that was a huge hit that the 47 took. Here is the wrecked up 47 Kroger car. What could have been for Sikkim, and now we have to wonder, will there be a caution for this, riding on board with the Cheddar's onboard cam from HMS. As you can hear, it sounds like no one's lifting, so we're green, we're ready, we're still up to full song. You can see now. Here's the kind of cool part. You see Tack, who's up here. I've been watching his stream, obviously, 4 lap count, and he has been running in 15th, anywhere from like 15th or so, 13th or so, back down to 23rd. That has been his whole day, but just over the last little while, he's been able to find glimpses of being up at the front, and here he is when it all matters, when everyone's going all in, when you have no chips left, just put them all in, and that is what's all happening here. 4 to go from Talladega. Alright. Now, what's the question? So the 19 is the leader right now. The 18 sits in second, and then you have the 2, and then the 24, and then the 51. He's the first car on the bottom. Who, as it stands right now, unless the bottom gets somehow more help, it's not gonna work. So who's gonna be from the outside? Who's gonna be the first one to be like, you know what? I want to lead. I want to jump down. I want to lead that bottom. Then now the 51's starting to fight back. He has momentum. Tack says, you know what, I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. And he's going down to the bottom. Now Tanu does the same. And just like that, the 2 Toyotas are left by themselves. Here comes HMS. 4 wide middle to the lead in Talladega. 3 to go. 3 laps, 3 circles left in this race. 3 times across the finish line. Tack goes high. He has the 22. Oh, contact. What the? HMS sneaking past on the outside. That was insane. Wow. They're almost wrecking. They are wrecking in the back. Someone was screaming. They were not happy with how they were raced today at Talladega. Thomas is wrecked. There's many cars wrecked, but look at the 95. He's the guy who has to run. 2 to go. Does he take it? No. He sits back in line. The 51's trying to take it though. Maybe go to the lead. Tack is the one guy left out of all this because he's the leader. He's the guy stuck on the outside. The 42. Remember, he missed pit road. Now he's in the lead with 2 to go in Talladega. So many different stories. HMS, what the? Oh my God, he's been all over the place the whole time. Oh, backflip, trying to, but Shake was there. It's not gonna work. HMS, I need to get on board with HMS. Hold on. Here he is. Here is your race leader in the number 8 car. Here is Shake, side by side. White flag, 1 to go from Talladega. Now Shake, he's gonna find his way up, but HMS crosses him over. What a move. They wreck behind. Backflip Tack. Both of them wrecking into the grass. They both kind of save it, but their hopes dashed. Opportunities dashed. But now, what does Tanner have for this 8 car? HMS swerving, zigzagging everywhere he can, trying to pull off the impossible, trying to fend off a whole slew of cars, and going way much faster. Does he go to block? When does he go to block? Tanner to the outside. It's not enough. It's gonna be all HMS leading and winning in Talladega. What a win by the 8 car of HMS fan 9YT. It's all Cheddars, it's all HMS in victory lane today. What a job. I'm a little exhausted, so I'm only gonna do 1 interview. Obviously, it's gonna have to be the winner, cause, duh. I also need to start a party, so we'll do that, and then we'll go and, you know, do the interview. I'll have to. Hold on, we are waiting on the, well, 8 cars. And what happens? Hello. Make sure your voice share is on. Hold on, 1 second. He's still loading in. Alright. Make sure your voice share is on.
Yeah, it's on. We did it. I can't believe we did that. Unbelievable.
Is that your debut?
That was my first race, yeah.
Oh, why is this a season of debuts? What the hell? Hendrick won in his debut, Hines won in his second start, and now you won in your debut.
That's how we do it.
Hold on, I need to get to call on the thing, so hold on. Give me a sec.
Wow.
I mentioned over on how I knew how you are in at least smaller leagues, kind of known for your super speedway prowess. Some people may say you're the Dale Earnhardt of Heat 5, but you in bigger leagues we usually don't see you necessarily prevail as much. But today this is a different story, obviously, because you're here. Walk me through that last, like, 2 laps or so when you were leading and kind of what you were thinking.
Well, when I was leading, I was like, because Cade was reminding me, I gotta run the top at 1 and 2. So I saw Shake and Bake coming on the inside, so I lifted to give him the lead entering 1, and then I crossed him back over entry of the corner, so I didn't have to roll the top, so I could just control the bottom. And then Tanner was trying to build a run behind, but then there was people behind him trying to get high of him while he was still trying to make a move. So that just kind of let me just kind of stick in front, which was pretty cool.
There was a lot of stuff happening that race. I guess because I saw you a decent amount in that race, but I guess just say, like, explain how your race kind of went before the last couple laps and what you did to position yourself in that spot to win.
Man, I thought my race was over. With 5 laps to go, I was in 19th place. I thought it was over, dude. And then we were like 4 wide with 3 to go, and then we were 4 wide again with 2 to go on the inside. It was crazy. That was beautiful.
It was insane. I saw you make I think it was with 2 to go or something. I saw you make about 3 moves down the back, 3 separate aggressive moves down the back. I was like, okay, I need to be watching him.
Oh yeah.
So I was basically on board with you for that whole last lap and a half. Just some insane moves. I want to. So the 22 hit the wall ahead of you, and I was watching you for this. For that moment, but you barely snuck by on the outside. What was your?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, dude. I literally just stuck at full throttle. I did not lift once the final 5 laps, quite frankly. Like when we ripped it 4 wide middle, we did not lift. When we ripped it around the outside 22, we did not lift. There was no lift in there. It was full throttle and pray.
Yeah, what does this win mean to you, obviously being your first start in this league? But yeah, how much does this mean?
Oh, it feels so great. I started last place. I started 30th, and I won the damn race. So that's how we do it. You can't make this stuff up. And we won stage 2.
What did you not do this race? You won a stage. You started last. You were 19th with 5 to go.
Man,
you made 3 4-wide moves.
I mean, I only led 2 laps the whole race. I guess that could have been better. Or leading the last lap of stage 1. I wrecked under caution too, and I accidentally cleaned people out under caution trying to save fuel.
I saw that.
That was a bit of a goofy mistake on my part.
I had a question. I lost it. Damn it.
I love you too.
Oh, what was your opinion on the because you're obviously new to the league, so what's your opinion on the leader has to be high? like staying high.
Well, it sure helped me, so I'm not gonna complain about it right now. It really helped me out majority of the race, so.
It definitely added a different aspect to the race.
Before the race, if I had to be quite honest, I may have told a couple people that it's the most bullshit thing I've ever heard, and that I hate it, and I might not show up, but I was like, it's Talladega, I gotta show up, you know? It's Talladega! I love Talladega. Talladega's bread and butter, you know? If there was sliced bread to be sliced bread, Talladega would be sliced bread, you know?
Yep.
There's no slicier bread than this.
This has been a great interview. Anyways, thank you for taking time out of your day to join me in the booth for this interview. You've put on a great race.
Thank you. What's the YouTube channel? But is this just ARC?
Yeah, it's ARC. It should be in the ARC socials.
ARC socials, okay. Dang.
Yeah. So you can watch it back and yeah. But yeah,
Awesome.
You were very entertaining to watch that race. Not a surprise, but just yeah. So I appreciate. I don't think you are, but I think you're now qualified for a wild card. You can get a wild card spot, I think now.
Oh, bang!
So if you just show up a little bit more and have some solid results, which I think you can, then you should be in the wild card spot.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
All right.
Alrighty. See you, bye, Small.
See ya. That was your race winner. Driver the Cheddar's number 8 machine for this race. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I need to go because I'm pretty sure my the oven's done preheating and the kitchen may be on fire, so I need to tend to that. But thank you guys for watching. It was a great race. It was a very fun race. Obviously, this car that we have on screen was probably the most entertaining car to watch. I wish we had a camera just specifically on this car. We technically did, but I wish we were able to like show like a part of the screen just be that 8 car the whole race, because I feel like that would have been like something cool to see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys. I'm pretty sure next week. I don't even know what track it is. Again, yeah, I think it's next week though that we'll be racing. So bye. I hope you guys enjoyed this iteration of Talladega week. I sure did. Yeah, so bye.